Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, I got to be quiet now. My baby's going to sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the third big Wiener tournament, Wiener 3 2017. In these finals, we've got Galkife up against PowForDamage. What we're going to be doing is a 10-song playlist wherein if you kill enough enemies before the song ends, you're going to spawn a mini-boss. If you kill a mini-boss, the song immediately ends. You don't need to play all the way to the end of the song. The winner of the first round, who is the first one to beat that 10-song playlist, will for the second and third round not be able to reuse those same two heroes that they built into their party for round one. And the winner of round two, if we go to a round three, will not be able to use their heroes in round three. That aside, you are able to choose whatever you like, change your heroes, change your equipment. For, let's say, until the match begins, we're going to do a little bit more promotion. If you tweet with the link to twitch.tv/PooBaDanny or Galkife or PowForDamage and use hashtag Metronomicon just so we can find it, we're going to be raffling off, let's say after the first round. We'll do it after the first round just to give people some time. Some Poobah games, and if David's up for it, I'm going to say it now. He'll basically have to. Akapara games. Choice of whatever you like. And so definitely, throw a tweet if that interests you. Aside from that, I'm going to do one last recap of prizes. So for all of our top four finalists who've all competed tonight, we've got really nice, glossy, proper production size Metronomicon manuals. What the buttons do, character bios, a little bit about the story and about the world. For all four of you guys, again, we've got Origin PC t-shirts that Origin PC was kind enough to donate. We've got two different styles, and we've got a bunch of different sizes. And then finally, the winner of this next round of the grand finals, we have some really snazzy full-size wall posters for the Metronomicon that we got made. I say got made, Joey made them, and they were awesome. And then David went and printed them, and they're even cooler because they're actually a thing you can hold.
So two things. One, does everybody know who Joey is when you say Joey? Joey is our lead artist, and he drew a lot of the stuff that you see, whether it be a concept or a finished product. So a lot of this is the brainchild of Joey's eyes, what he draws. For instance, everything on the screen up there, Joey drew, right?
I'm not helping.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Well, he and Mike drew.
He drew a lot of the stuff. Right. But I think Joey made the poster by himself, right?
Yes, Joey did the poster.
Right, so I'm saying. Of course, we had a giant art team with lots of really cool artists on it. But Joey was the concept guy.
Yeah.
And also, you should show this stuff if you have it.
I do have a prototype one that I went and did.
Show.
Shuts, everybody, I've been blathering. I'm done rambling. I'm going to disappear for 30 seconds to get a cool thing to show on screen. Peas are neither a pea nor a nut. Be right back.
Oh, crap. We got to be entertaining.
Honestly, that was pretty entertaining.
My name's Rhythm Bastard, and I'm here to say I love the Metronomicon in a major way.
Ooh.
Yeah, see? You can, a little bit of, Q in the chat. Timer's still running. Right. The SML podcast in chat says, posters, my wall needs new poster blood. God, that reminds me, have any of you read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac by Jonah Vasquez?
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of like that thing where he's painting the wall with blood because of like something is going to come through. And I don't know, so for some reason, that little comment just took me back to that. It's like, oh yeah, that was a comic that existed before Invader Zim happened. And yeah.
What, you're not a fan of Invader Zim? Is that what happened?
No, I do like Invader Zim. It's just that it's a good show. It's that sometimes it just breeds, that certain kind of fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like the residue that I'm not a fan of, as opposed to the show itself.
Okay, no, I can see that.
Dark sometimes.
It's just
it can get a little grimdark.
Yeah, not grimdark, but just like 80s kids movies, scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. So I've got something to show it. Anybody who's looking at my camera, this is in a little protective plastic bag. Won't lie, I got just one done. This is mine. I got it done today. But I did a cheapy version. You guys are a little nicer. It's in a plastic bag. I'll take it out of the plastic bag so you can see it looking sexy. It is pretty, right?
Sometimes I feel like a plastic bag.
Yeah, I don't know how to open this plastic bag. I wish I was lying. I don't like admitting I just got defeated on camera by a plastic bag.
Plastic bag.
Got it.
So was your plan to forever keep it inside the plastic bag?
No,
except
I picked it up
I
today.
said, can we see it? And now you're taking it out?
No, I was gonna keep it in a garbage bag. There. Look.
Okay, but it came wrapped in a nice
It's
cellophane.
way brighter than my camera makes it look. It's really nice and colorful. Alright, well, anyway, paper tastes delicious.
Shiny.
Without further ado, which of you kind gentlemen would like to run us through your first Team A build? Well, then I'm going to pick someone.
Either Pow or Galkife.
PowForDamage. Pow, would you like to walk us through your Team A?
Sure. I actually think I have to, set up stuff. So it's gonna be the exact same team I ran in the last match. My A team, which is Wade, Violet, Gwen, and Groover, and the same items. So nothing drastically different.
All right,
And I'm
so
making sure I get everything on. So sort of making sure I don't mess any of this build up. Because one thing off could be bad.
could be butt wrecking.
So
It's the
Pow,
same.
ever since I've ever known you in the contest, I've known you to be a diabolical math genius, and you probably figured out exactly, or believe you figured out exactly what you need to know to beat Galkife by 1 second or more seconds. Are you able to tell us that secret before the match, or must we wait until after to see if you were successful?
Well, this team, I ran it last week, so it's not a secret at all. So I practiced as much as I could, and I didn't find anything consistently fast, or didn't come across any new tech. So I'm just confident that it comes between build and execution, and I'm really confident in execution. But if Galkife has managed to find like a cooler build, then cool. I mean, what can I do? I just gotta play my best and see how it goes.
So I will tell you, it looks like he does have a different build. So Galkife, do you want to walk us through what you got?
I think my A team is the same as it was from the last round.
Okay.
Gwen, Flavia's, Violet, Ralph. Pretty much all same items as well. Just going for huge damage.
Alright. Doug, Bastard, do you have
Yes.
any words for these competitors before they begin?
Do good.
Do good.
Do good.
You know what? I was thinking about not doing good until I got that advice. So.
That's not bad advice. I like that advice.
I'm interested to see how Galkife
rookie
does.
mistake.
I'll say this, Galkife never loses. Not trying to put any pressure on him, but I've never seen the guy lose. Never seen him lose once. So tonight would be really special if he did. Not saying he should, but I don't believe he can lose.
Dave, what
So it'll be
was
interesting.
Galkife's nickname in our first tournament?
I mean, we don't need to keep on rehashing this, but I compared him to the wrestler Goldberg, who had a particularly strong heyday where he didn't lose any matches. He was undefeated for like 2 years, and to the point where the crowd got bored, and eventually they had to cheat, and they only defeated him through cheating. But yeah, that's how I feel about Galkife. I can't imagine him
That he's
losing
a cheater.
yet.
You think
He's
he's
going
a
up against PowForDamage, who is essentially unbeatable, even though I've seen Pow lose one time. That's all I'll say.
It's also being unbeatable, but having a loss on your record. I'll take
One
it.
time.
He gave him that L, as
Yeah.
some like to say.
So it's an interesting matchup, though, because we've got somebody who never ever loses going up against somebody who is very unbeatable, but happens to have lost one time.
Right.
But the very unbeatable guy is a math genius who's diabolically good at this game. And I would dare say, probably better at the game than Galkife. I'm just throwing it out there. So I don't know who's going to win tonight. I really have no idea.
You're cracking me up. So, in the past, I've asked chat for this, but because we've got two ascendants to Wiener Heaven in voice right now, I'm going to ask Drummer Doug, would you like to give me a 4-letter word to kick off round one?
It's always fun.
Let's throw it back to round one and do seed boner, BONR.
Are we reusing something that we've already done, though?
We've actually also changed how
Correct.
the code works. So
Because the algorithm changed,
yeah,
right?
so it's going to be
Okay.
different. Yeah.
Okay. All right, boner.
All right, boner it is. So if you gents both want to queue up at the teleport screen and type SEEDBON and get your boners ready for the big
pull
wiener.
those boners out and get them out ready to the tip.
Just get your boner. Let us know when both of your boners are ready, and we'll commence the wiener.
BON and rev up them R's. Get them
To
ready.
push the R button.
I'm ready.
You guys
I'm
both
ready.
good? All right. I think we should all count this down together. Yeah? At the count of wiener?
All right.
All right. 1,
And
2,
2.
3.
3.
Winner!
It's like we
All
all
right, I muted some people. I don't know which people. I muted some of them.
Oh.
Don't worry, I can still hear. We're doing all right.
I like it.
that was like a nice rolling wiener.
Yeah, it was. It was like a whole little barrage of wieners, one after the next.
Wiener,
All right.
wiener.
So I think Galkife might have a slight advantage in that he loaded up faster than Pow.
A little bit. Yeah, just maybe a couple seconds. But yeah, we're gonna do screen result.
I think I definitely psyched him out by saying he never lose. I'm not sure how he took that, but he got really quiet. Because I know he hates losing, so it would be very.
Who likes
upsetting.
losing? What kind of monster are you?
I don't mind losing. I would lose to PowForDamage all day long. It's really
I
good.
like losing.
It's a warrior stat.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's
So
worthy.
it's like when you pay those.
Doug and
like,
Bastard could
step
beat
on
me,
you.
and that'd be fine. I could live with that.
So let's kick this off by taking a closer look over at PowForDamage, who's probably just a couple strikes over from finishing the song. So PowForDamage doing a very classic build, Groover and Gwen feeding out shines, curing the build in a passive way. I picked it like I knew I would right as the song ended, but we're going to give it 5 seconds, keep the camera on Pow for just a sec. I do that. That's what I do. I only zoom in when somebody's about to finish.
It's hilarious. It's amazing how good you are at doing.
I am really good at
Yeah.
being bad. If there's one good thing about me, it's that I'm bad. So,
Right.
what do you guys think? Let me ask. What's the critique on Pow's A-team? Is there anything you'd change? What do you think about a strat as you see it now? It looks like a tier 1 rotation going on. A little bit of Inspire mixed in.
Yeah, getting that out of the way. I wasn't too impressed with Inspire because I felt it kind of faded out just a little too fast. But it seems like he is. I mean, he's definitely in the lead. And when you take less than a minute to do a song, that's now a good standard for the Metronomicon speedrunning community.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're banging out songs in a minute, you know you're in a pretty safe spot.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't paying too much attention to equipment choice, so that is going to be the big decider. But I mean, it seems like Pow is still moving along pretty quickly. It looks like Galkife is playing on a lower difficulty. I just saw PowForDamage complete his second song.
PowForDamage is 10 seconds ahead of Galkife, or less. They're really very close together at this time. It's exciting.
Yeah,
The
you see
only
Galkife's
thing-
on the boss now.
The only thing that I would change up on Pow's build, and it's just strictly preference, I would put Gwen in the first slot because I think if you get that stun out earlier, then it does keep the damage down a little bit more. But like I said, that's strictly preference.
No, that makes sense. Just making sure they don't sneak that one first attack in there.
Right. And, you know, depending on the placement, maybe he's figured out some weird mathematical way to figure out what to do. But I've personally found that if she's in slot 1, it's easier to kind of reset when a boss is about to come up to make sure that they're stunned, so that way they don't do their... I guess you can, if that's what it's called. That would hold up on the
Bootylicious
speed
surprise.
Pow's pulling ahead. He's maybe 20 seconds ahead now.
I agree with you. Pow is half a boss ahead, right?
I see Galkife is on.
I feel like
his,
Pow was
third
a little
boss now.
further. So let's see. I think Galkife's about to load into the same song that Pow's in right now, right?
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
are.
Okay, so they're not super split.
It's about 20 to 30 seconds. Pow's gradually pulling ahead.
Well, so we talked about Pow. Let's take a little bit closer look at Galkife's build. Galkife is one of the few competitors, I think the only competitor tonight using Ralph, but not going with Bloodhound. He's actually going with Reckless instead of Bloodhound.
Because it's a lot of damage.
I'm torn between that. Yeah, Reckless is actually the strongest single target attack in the game, but
Pair
it
it with
also has
Elemental
the
Changeo.
largest. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
He's screwing all over the place.
Yeah, Elemental Changeo does mean that his elements don't matter, and he's able to use Reckless and do elemental level crit damage on a physical enemy. So, yeah, there's
Keeps
murder
him
in
in tier
that.
1.
That's true too. Yeah.
And how is he making up for the damage?
It makes
he's
you
doing
wonder how he's
himself
going to
with
synergize
Reckless?
off Pierce or Sarah if he's going to use them. He's going to have to use one of them.
I'm trying to figure, how's he healing? Is it just Gwen secondary?
It looks like
Or
it's Gwen
consume? He probably
secondary.
has consume as well.
That's true, yeah. He's not. Yeah, he doesn't have anybody pumping out extra beats, but it looks like that's just enough.
Yeah, and plus when you're going, I mean, he has Gwent for stuns. I mean, he has Gwent for stuns. So, I mean, that could be where he's getting like that buffer from, so that he can heal. Also, let's see. I think I thought he had like a not the face in one of his second tier attacks, so that way he can just get help.
He has it on tier 3, but he hasn't actually done anything with it.
Now, my only concern is when Galkife, moves on to his B team, that's going to leave him with a very interesting secondary build for his B team.
At this time, it does look like Galkife's going to have the choice to stick with this team because Pow is now far enough ahead that I could call it. I don't see how Galkife's going to make up this difference.
That's a pretty big gap. Yeah, I'm going to throw a stream refresh just to make sure we're synced. I like to do that and to ruin the restream that I'm doing. Just makes everything a little smoother when everything looks terrible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems just like the A and B teams in this meta are you have, Bleeding and Bloodhound as like one meta, and everybody's secondary shit as the second team in the meta.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you might be right.
Galkife's build. I mean, I went back and forth about whether to use Reckless or the Bloodhound. So, I mean, like Cool says in chat, it is impressive to see Galkife's team is holding pace, and I agree with that because I didn't think that it would be relatively close, and I know that Pal's pulling away quite a bit, but at the same time, he's still making good time.
Yeah, I mean, he is pulling away, like, in terms of percent of song, but they're both going so fast that that's probably only a 30-second split. It's definitely not a minute. Kids today.
My only, thing that I find very interesting is that on his Violet for Galkife, he did Strikes Thrice, which I think doesn't deal near as much damage as the other, or it deals the exact same amount, but I don't like the oomph to it. But also his tier 3 is also lightning, so it kind of gets
Feels
rid of that
redundant.
elemental coverage.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
never going to use tier 3, and also he probably equipped the lightning rod, I want to say.
I didn't see that. You might be right.
Oh.
I don't know.
But yeah, the tier 3 is like, it's may as well be empty. He's never going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Strikes Thrice is because one important thing is just when you have an enemy that you just need to put over the edge. So it's kind of like overkill a little bit because you get that first strike and then that second and third could go to the next guy in line.
Yeah, and it all goes hand in hand with Elemental Changeo, so it doesn't matter that it's lightning or something else. It's going to crit hopefully 3 times.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it. Does Galkife have the passives unlocked for his characters?
I'm
He
assuming
said that he
does.
has some of them. I know that he doesn't
Ooh.
have all 9.
Oh, no.
I believe he doesn't have all 9.
That can make a difference depending on which.
All 8. Because Flavius comes with his unlocked.
Right.
I guess I would go with the Strikes Thrice if Ralph has his passive that causes overkill, because that's 2
Yeah.
attacks in a row that will run over. So I don't know, that's interesting.
I like your thinking. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So I thought it was just Ralph that gets the extra damage on overkill. So it applies to the entire party then.
only applies to Ralph.
Yeah.
Okay.
The strikes thrice, it can roll over.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, because my assumption was that the rollover was just on Ralph, but yeah. I mean, then if you're going with that strategy, then it would also make more sense to have Gwen on a separate team so that or maybe pair them up with more aggressive characters, because that way you're just constantly rolling over, and that's why the Wade, Violet, Gwen Groover build works so well, is because things are just constantly happening, and you can get that if everyone's attacks are just constantly rolling over.
Right. I'm gonna point out they just loaded at the same time, so that's the first time we see a definite one-song split. That's Pow is up by one song.
Pow is one full song ahead of Galkife right now.
Their builds are very different, though, so I don't know what this means for round 2, honestly. Like, I personally, I think I'm in the minority, but I like Inspire, and that's going to be off the table for Pow. Likewise, Violet, a powerful damage dealer, but she'll get backloaded by Ralph. I feel like there's no real loss there.
I think Pow's going to swap Wade for Flavius for Elemental Changeup.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, you can see that.
I do find this interesting that Pow is going with Catastrophe, and I'm sure he did a lot of research, but I would think that with Catastrophe, that it would kind of be hindered with Groover because...
Yeah.
But...
Because you're using a turn
that
isn't an attack, yeah. Well, I feel like he might be using it because he doesn't have Flavius using Elemento Changeo, and so he's...
Right.
I feel like anybody who runs Elemento Changeo doesn't run Catastrophe, but...
Well, yeah, it certainly would be a waste.
Yeah. So there's Galkife right now using his Buffatronic Prime. Okay, so Galkife definitely does have a Lightning Rod. I wasn't sure until there. You can just see those numbers grow with each cast for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not a mistake. It's actually pretty well thought out to have Strike Thrice in that slot. I still don't know if I would do it, but I totally understand it.
Yeah. I like it. Cool. Noting that they both waited until song 111 to use their team attacks. Kind of sat on it for a minute.
Right.
Well, I feel like you want to wait till the start of the next song, right? You don't want to use it when a song's half over. You want to get your full value.
That's a good song to get some kind of extra help on because it has a low BPM.
That's it for Pow.
Trying to go fast.
Pow
is the winner of this one.
Yeah.
Pow for Damage round 1, right as Galkife is starting that same song. So it's a one-song split.
Welcome back, Pow. You beat by one song.
Congratulations.
Yeah, one song ahead. Loaded into the success screen right as Galkife launched into Last Stop for us. How'd it feel?
But that's
Did everything go as you hoped?
9-minute run, right?
Yeah, this team's
8:59. Whoa.
Yeah, it's capable of top 9. When I ran it earlier in practice, I got like 8:54 or something.
Wow. So you're 5 seconds off. It's pretty solid. So how did things go? Did it all go as you planned? Were there any moments where you weren't feeling comfortable, made a mistake, or was it just golden front to back?
No big mistakes. The only time I think I broke streak was like a stupid mistake early in the song, and if you're gonna break streak, like missing like the 4th note's better than missing in the middle.
Yeah.
So, and then I had so the way this team works, there's like little efficiency. So when you're killing stuff too fast, you don't know the element of the next enemy, which if you did, there'd be ways to be more efficient. So like you sometimes predict like the enemy's element based on like what the stage is, and there were a couple of times where like it just lined up where like I got to do tier 2 water with Violet on a high health. That's the other thing with the secondaries hitting. You don't want to do a tier 2 if it's only going to take like a small sliver to kill him.
Right.
So it's like trying to line all that up, and I got like really like it lined up where I could just do tier 2 water to like blast the full health fire enemy, and efficiencies like that add up like a lot.
Galkife is back with us now. Galkife, Pow for Damage beat you, and you did not win this round.
I can see that.
But you can beat him. I believe in you. I believe you can beat him in the future.
What was...
Is that a sub 9? Jesus.
Yeah, what was your time?
10:20.
Okay.
But I will say, so you guys were one song apart. It was exactly one song apart at the end.
Pow for Damage out of curiosity, are you a cyborg or are you a robot type entity that allows you to do computations in a way that humans cannot?
Is it possible you have robot teeth?
Yes.
They're
Yes to,
robots.
yes to everything.
Okay. It's just, I mean, you're not disqualified. It's just we need to know if you're a robot or not.
You have to tell us, or it's robot entrapment. So, Galkife, how did that feel? Was there anything you would change? And furthermore, if you'd like to, now's the time. Walk us through your brain.
I think I'm just going to stick with this.
Stick with
Hope
success.
it works against his B team.
All right. Pow, would you like to set up your B team and maybe walk us through what you're doing as you do?
So, same exact team as last week. I got to make the same thing. It's another Bloodhound build. I am doing one change that I actually haven't ran with this, but I'm going to put Fancy Monocle over Master's Judgment on Ralph.
Okay.
And then Flavius is the same. He's just kind of there. Then Sarah is dedicated tier 1 healing, as always. So I think I have everything correct. Pierce is going to backstab. Ralph's going to Bloodhound. Flavius is going to dance you fools, and Sarah's going to make sure I stay alive.
Oh, interesting. Dedicated heal on Sarah. I like it. All right.
I did it last week too. Yeah, it's
What you did last week.
I mean, so
Yeah.
I mean, the math is like you could do a tier 1 on Sarah that does damage, but like if you ever have to go to tier 2, it's like you got to add up like the beats. It has to end up being like if you got to do it too often for the tier 2, it's if it's too inefficient, it's like you might as well just stay on the tier 1. Because then you cycle back to the other damage dealers faster too. You're not using extra beats to get back to them.
Sure. I dig it. Well then, Doug, I had you pick the last seed. Bastard, would you like to pick the seed for round 2?
I would love to. So instead of picking a word, I got a D20 in my hand. Gonna roll it twice, and what numbers we get is what we're gonna do. So let's see.
I like it.
All right, so 09.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just 0918.
09. And so let's be clear, do that on the top row numbers, not the numpad, just so we're consistent, because those are different keys as regards the seed.
Oh, good.
But they would be
What could
different.
go wrong?
They both work, but they're both different. So one more time, what were those
you
numbers?
A 0918.
09.
On the top pad, not the number pad.
Yeah.
Top row, not the number pad.
Oh crap! I bumped a thing.
That's all right. You can get
I
reset.
gotta I bumped right bumper because I was like, oh, I'll double check my team. Oh no, I can't do that because I'll just go into the seed.
I think I am switching up.
Oh wait, no, that's
Save me some time.
Indeed, David says, should hack the game and use 8 Atherin fires for equipment. If you did, your leaderboard score would not submit. I checked for BS like that. You could theoretically hack your save file, though I won't tell you how to do it. But it wouldn't work.
so 0918.
0918, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good to go. And I'm assuming if anything went wrong with the numbers stuff, we just pull this out.
Yeah.
Tell
we'll
us we're
just tap
stupid
you
and
both.
make us go
Well,
again.
we won't know because
Well, if you get a different
if
song.
anything, yeah, but we'll have to pay extra attention to the song order, and it'll take like 3 songs to figure it out.
Well, yeah, if we got really, really unlucky.
So use the top row, fellas, not the number
Got
pad.
ready.
Okay.
So, both the guys set?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Then I think we should all do it together again. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. To the tune of Sega, we're all going to say Wiener.
All
The
right.
count of 3. 1,
1,
2,
2.
3. Wiener! I'm glad that happened. I'm glad everything about this happened.
I probably muted the right people. And we're off.
And we're off to the Wieners.
Refreshing, making sure they got the same song.
Yep, we're good.
Seed 0918.
We good, honey boo.
All right, so can Pow be defeated? Is it even possible?
I think that if it's going to happen, today's the day. Now, this song does favor Pow really hard, it's worth saying. Pow is
In what way?
running a Bloodhound build, and this is Lightning Elemental Boss. Pow is definitely getting a kind of freebie bonus on damage for Bloodhounding the Lich King.
Same
So
time,
Galkife
Galkife
has
is
no
also
bleeds?
getting Elemental Changeo.
He is
So
Elemental
he has no
Changeo, but
bleeds?
he's having to actually spend a turn on that, whereas Pow is kind of getting a freebie this fight. Now, long term, I don't think that's a problem, but for this fight, Pow got a little bit of Christmas.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And the intermittent enemies, they're randomized, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's the same 3. I mean, that level has
Yeah, every
4
level
enemies,
has
the
3
boss,
possible
and then the other
enemies.
3.
Yeah. Every song has 3 possible enemies and 1 boss.
But yes, they're randomized and not scripted.
Okay. That is up half damage on song number 2.
As is Galkife, but slightly behind. He's 1 enemy back at this point. 2 enemies back.
So
I don't like this feeling. Galkife can't lose, guys. It's not. You can't do it. That's not
Chat.
how life works.
I don't know, man.
Chat, type it, everyone, type in chat, Galkife, take my energy.
Take my energy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not reading chat. But take my energy.
Lynn says, "Oh my, OMG, it's Wiener 3." Oh, I didn't do the drawing for prizes after our last round.
Hey,
All right,
Lynn.
so
Welcome back.
don't disappear, everyone, after this round if we have a winner. If we do, because I didn't draw Metronomicon contest winners, and I will do that as soon as this round is over. Of course, you don't have to be here to win, but still.
Right. So Pounce instead of Bloodhound, interesting. Okay, finishing up the last. The one beef I have with this layout is that you can't see the player in the back, how far they are on the boss.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Do find it interesting that, well, I guess with mustache classes or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
with the constant health damage, he does need to heal quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I would really think that he would try to do a little bit more DPS with Sarah instead of doing a constant heal.
Yeah, I feel like he could afford to. I feel like if maybe it's a matter of headspace, but I feel like if he had the headspace to mix damage in where possible, he could definitely be squeezing out more damage. What's up, Lynn?
Yeah, I mean, like, the Bloodhound build and Elemento Changeo is painfully efficient, so
Yeah.
you could just rotate between those 3, especially if you have, again, if you're just like stacking overkill from previous Bloodhounds.
Right. Well, so what's our verdict? Do we prefer Dance You Fools or Elemento Changeo?
I'm going to go with Dance You Fools, honestly. I think it edges it out just a little bit.
All right. See right
Dance You
there,
Fools is-
I don't know if you noticed, but he purposely did not Bloodhound that last Earth-based enemy. Pow didn't. Instead, he went for Pounce so he could hit the element there. So he is being selective now and then.
Right. I mean, if you have that little, I'm just trying to think like how much that boost you get from Bloodhound is versus how much you get from critting the enemy's weakness.
Right. So Bloodhound with Bleed on is still a little bit weaker than Reckless, which is super duper duper strong. It's still,
Right.
It's actually a little weaker, but it recovers way faster.
Hmm.
I think Bloodhound does 165% damage, right?
I believe you. I don't know.
Be wrong. I could be off base. But
I
believe
know. I
it's
just don't.
5%.
PowForDamage is now about 60% of 1 song ahead of Galkife.
I actually unleashed the stopwatch on my phone to get an exact reading. So our scientists, aka the stopwatch on my phone, are calculating the proper elite advantage now.
All right. Gotcha. So you'll have to let us know.
Yeah. All right. 38.52 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, that was when Pow finished his last song, and now Galkife starting his about 40 seconds later. So it's quite a lead. And again, if Pow hits regularly, 1 minute per song, then that is what, like a six? Yeah, that's like a 60-70% lead.
Look at the marvelous hits on Pow. The fact that every time he strikes the note, like every single one of them is orange for marvelous. Whereas Galkife is no slouch. He gets 80% marvelous, but 100% marvelous is gross.
Yeah, I'm noticing that now. It's gross. Awfully high. Oh, Pow missing. You jinxed him. You jinxed him, you jinxer.
Good. I'm impartial, so I'm not rooting for anyone. I'm going to say again, I can't understand how Galkife could lose anything.
You jinxy jinxter.
Doesn't feel right. Yeah, I really did jinx Pow. He missed 12 minutes.
Out of curiosity, just for preference of you guys, for your deployment of the special catastrophe or whatever, did you keep it as both bumpers if you used a controller?
I did.
Or did you?
Yeah, I did both bumpers.
Personally, I would always have an issue where I'd hit both bumpers and it would throw either to the right or to the left. So I ended up just rerouting it to the right trigger, just so that way it wouldn't move it back and forth and I could stay locked in.
Yeah, some people asked also for PS4, it's mapped to the touchpad. You can just slap the touchpad. Some people asked for that.
I hit the touchpad with my forehead. I find
that's
actually
headbutt.
easier.
Yeah. That's how man does it.
Right. And also me.
Cook joke. Where it's so close to your face, you just kiss it.
Athrun saying after this they have to play Weaponographist.
Kiss it.
And then they have to do best out of 3 in all Poobah games. So they have to go Weaponographist for round 2 and then Concursion for round 3.
Sounds great. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to bed. Yeah, but we should make Pow play the Weaponographist. See if he can beat Galkife with that also. That's just fair.
Yeah, it's the only fair thing to do. No.
I am so sad that Succincted Punchy's Metronomicon run didn't make it into Awesome Games Done Quick.
That would have been, I won't lie, that would have been really cool. I'm a huge fan of Games Done Quick.
I guess the primary thing is that it's a music game and they don't want to have to deal with all the bullshit. And to just go back, to go back to everyone and get a handwritten thing saying, no, you can totally put this on stream.
Right.
Yeah, you
it is kind of a train wreck.
Yeah. One thing they could do is play only the songs that are YouTube safe, and so that it'll just be silent.
So right there, that's almost a full song split for the first time between the two games. Yeah.
No harm in a silent speedrun.
Right. For a music game.
But whatever. Fast is fast, right?
Yeah.
I'll say that keeping an eye on them, both of their healths have stayed pretty high. I mean, there's been really no, oh no, there's some danger going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you want to use what's the name of that weapon that it deals more damage the more health you have?
Cardboard tube? Cardboard tube sword, I think?
I think so. What's the cutoff for that? Or is it just like a multiplier?
It's a linear multiplier. I'm going to go to the wiki. Don't judge me. I'm going to go to our own wiki. I'm not paying attention. I'm not typing stuff. It never happened. This moment that you're witnessing it's fake. It's fake boobs.
I appreciate that. Athrun Fire said danger health build. What's that?
So the at full health you get a 30% damage bonus. When you're dead, that would be equal to a negative 56 bonus, and so the breakpoint is 65%, as where it has no bonus.
All right.
Cool pointing out. Yeah, health is no issue. Galkife is just stunning it to prevent it outright. Yeah, danger health build. What's that? Yeah, nobody really ran the saving throw build for the final rounds. I feel like Athrun did a lot of work to prove that is a crazy powerful build. We only saw it get run one time, really, huh?
That was a really great moment, actually. that was Atherin Fire versus PowForDamage in finals of Wiener 2, and because we were on the Twitch front page, Atherin took that as an inspiration to play super dangerous, to be extra watchable, to create more tension, and he made a build that shouldn't live.
He did the saving throw build at 5% HP the whole run.
Yeah, so he made it. That was a rockstar move, and it paid off. He got his own item in the game.
Yeah.
What makes it a little less viable in Wiener 3 is the fact that everyone has to be level 50, and that does make the enemies a little bit more difficult.
That's true. That's
a little
super
bit harder
true.
to kill.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if the addition of the passives, though, and his in particular, meaning that resist or resisted less, kind of plus Elemento change it. The downside of the saving throw build is that it's Earth. So 1 out of 5 enemies is resisting the hell out of it. But we've got multiple ways to make that not really matter the same way.
anyone was as ballsy as Atherin.
Yeah.
I reward.
Yep.
Yeah, PowForDamage with a commanding lead.
Yeah, well, we got nobody using saving throw. That's insane, says Atherin.
Yeah. Thoughts on Fuzzy Hand Dazzlers? Because with that, I found you could be able to use a team attack twice during your run, as opposed to just eking out it once.
I feel like I just had a thought. There's PowForDamage with the win. I'll finish my thought. The thought I had just now was nobody runs Bionic because you tend to get your team attack like right as the song ends or not at all. But has anybody tried running the Bionic Hand Dazzlers with the curative team attack and not even running any healing whatsoever? Just like curing right as the song ends. But has anybody tried running the Bionic?
Considered that today.
I tried.
Like I thought of that build, but also not every song. I mean, if you're going through it blazing fast, you more than likely will not get the team attack.
Yeah. No, you're right. You may never ever get one. Yeah.
So I'm bringing Pow back because he won.
Yeah.
He is the winner of Wiener 3. Am I right?
What's up, over Pow? What's up, Pow?
Yay.
PowForDamage. Congratulations, the big wiener.
Thanks.
We got some swag to send you, so definitely I'll reach out on Discord and get that. But oh wow, and there's Galkife. That was not a huge split. Holy shit.
Galkife, welcome back.
What was his
Just
leaderboard time?
Barely lost.
His leaderboard
to Pow.
time
10:19.
on leaderboard, yeah, 10:15 to 9:42.
10:15.
Galkife.
It's close.
I have the dubious honor of informing you that you're ascending on golden wings to Wiener Heaven.
Yep, I kind of figured.
On the bright side,
I'm
you got
literally
two.
crying.
You got 2 Wiener angels in your presence right now to show you the ropes.
Us, one of us.
Oh man, Galkife, congratulations on taking second place in the tournament and being a mastermind at musical warfare.
Sure, that makes sense.
But PowForDamage, double plus congratulations on getting first place in the Wiener 3 tournament. You're the grand champion.
Thank you.
Oh, shit, congrats. So just so you know, yeah, you've got everybody who's here right now on chat. We've got manuals for you. We've got T-shirts for you. And then
Do we have everyone's home address?
yeah.
Not, just go ahead
Don't
and
say them
it
now.
and we'll,
Yeah.
No, you can say it now and we'll check the tape later.
Mine's 1234
The
Dave's
feed
house.
later.
Mine is 1234 Dave's house.
Right.
Send everything there. I have no words. Do you guys have any kind of parting thoughts for the... Oh, I need to do the raffle. Nobody say parting thoughts yet. Shut up, your dumb parting thought face.
Metronomicon contest.
So I was quiet
Do
for a
the
moment.
raffle.
Yes. What's that?
No, I was saying do the raffle.
Do the raffle. So I did that while you guys were running. I actually made some little printouts. I'm not showing anything interesting on my screen, so I'm going to show my face. And I'm going to deafen everyone because XSplit is stupid. Sorry. All right, so the first name I've got is Venomous Platypus. She was from Burnt Flower Angels chat, and she tweeted us a couple weeks ago. So I'm pretty positive Venomous Platypus is not in chat right now, but Venomous Platypus, I'm going to reach out to her and give her some video games. I pulled another name, and I'm going to tell you the truth on what happened, which is that, Doug, I pulled you next, and you go to hell. You already won, and I'm giving you this same thing, so I redrew. I hope that's okay with you.
No, I want double win. No.
So I redrew, and Gautze, who has played a bunch of our last games and has followed us for quite a while, Gautze73 is our next winner, and so I'll reach out to him as well. He probably owns all our stuff also, but at least he didn't also win twice tonight. So Venomous Platypus, Gautze winning that. We've got manuals. I'm going to show this poster one more time. So Pow, in case you didn't see it before, we're going to be sending you one of these suckers. Really, I think it's cool. Like I said, this one I did as a prototype for me, and I'm gonna frame it, put it on my wall because I think it's dope.
Cool.
And so, thank you all four of you guys, and thank you Dave as well. Thank you everybody who let their seed boner get wienered and didn't end up looser.
Oh, I see what you did there. And also some numbers.
Also, a pun about numbers.
Yeah, 09182 boner.
5, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like he's trying to communicate with me.
Beep bop, Dave bought mouth.
Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you. That guy has to have like.
Everyone's what? Why'd we stop?
So you guys always call the numbers that you see in the bathroom stall, right? Like every time without fail, you do immediately call that number.
Well, yeah, I want them to know that I'm down for a good time.
Oh, I'm saying to let them know that someone has written their number.
Oh, I just always thought it was them.
Yeah, and then also to breathe heavily and ask for things on the phone that are.
Yeah, like you don't, just give them a heads up. Like, hey, someone's trying to dox you. Your number.
Right, but it's like when you find a wallet, though. You want the reward.
Yeah.
You let them know that they're being trolled in the men's room bathroom, and so therefore you should get a reward.
Right. Well, at that point, you call the number, and then, because we live in the 21st century, we have smartphones and everything, FaceTime them, or whatever your phone's operating system's equivalent of FaceTime is, saying like, hey, I found your number. It's okay, though. I'm going to erase it on the bathroom wall. And then just get see if you can borrow some Windex and just get some toilet paper and just kind of rub that off.
Oh, yeah.
So you like to, I just want to repeat back to you the words that you're saying so we can all
He wants you to rub one off.
You're saying that you FaceTime people from a public men's room stall so you can rub it off.
Yeah, rub it off.
Okay.
That's what I heard. Just rub it off. Whatever you're going to do, wherever you are, just make some time. Rub it off.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's why you have them on FaceTime, so they can watch you rub it off.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Lesson from Wiener 3.
Rub one off.
It's time to rub it off.
I think that's probably good to leave everyone with tonight for the evening. Let y'all go to visit your respective babies, wives, video games, and pizzas. For everyone out there, thank you for joining us for Wiener 3, and whatever you do, rub one off. Guys, good night. Thanks so much.
Good night. Thank you guys.
Guys,
very
thank
much.
you again. And congrats to all you guys again. Hey guys. Love you.